And, yeah. And so, Lori, we'll let you.
Go ahead.
We'll let you do your thing. Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. You're all masked up. Is that all right with everybody? Okay. Well, first of all, I want to thank Judy and Ursula. Judy for organizing all of this, and Ursula for being so kind to host everything for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate it. COVID-19 has made trying to campaign very challenging. So anyways, you guys have a copy of my bio, kind of my platform that is located on my website. One of the things I wanted to talk about was the reason why I decided to run for representative. And the reason I'm running is because I think Lincoln County has been left out for an awful long time. We don't really have any true representation in this county. There are a lot of needs and they're not being met. So my pledge is to go to Helena and to do absolutely everything I can do to bring something to Lincoln County for a change. So that leads me to the Appropriations Committee. And the Appropriations Committee, what they do there is that's where all the funding goes. And for Health and Human Services, different, the CHIPS program, veterans organizations, everything out there that needs to have a different set of money given to them every year goes to appropriations. It's a busy committee and it takes a lot of hours. And that's where I'd like to be. I want to be where the money is. I want to see where it's going. I want to see what we can bring this direction to help people out in this county. And then also, the reason why I know so much about the appropriations is because I was an intern in 2009 for the legislative body. And one of my jobs while I was there, I had many, but one of my jobs was to actually sit in the Appropriations Committee. For some days it was 16 hours, a short day was 8, and listen to all of the people coming in and asking for money and explaining what was going on in that particular place, why they needed it, and then everybody that was sitting there voting on what was going to happen. It was very interesting. I enjoyed every minute of it. I'm good with money. I'm very good with money. I can make a dollar stretch. And so anyways, I just would like to go back and be in the appropriations. It will not be new to me. So that's an advantage. I'm not scared about going to the Capitol. I'm going to walk in the first day and know exactly what's going on. So it will be different with COVID-19 like everything has been, but we all adapt. So other than that, if anybody has any questions, one of my main things is it's not so much what I want to do for the county. What do you guys want for the county? That's what I'd like to know. I have a place on my website even for people to go in and send me their suggestions. Let me know where areas of the county, because it's a large county. My district is probably about 200 miles in its entirety. It goes all the way from the Flathead, Lincoln County border, all the way up to the Idaho-Montana border, over to the Yak, and then this way all the way down to the Flathead. So you know, there's a lot of different things that people need. Right here we have a lot of fiber optic. Over in Troy they don't. Town doesn't have fiber optic. And I think that would be a real good place to start, is to get us fiber optic. I also, everywhere. I also brought a list of the things that the appropriation committee goes ahead and looks at every year before they decide how much money goes every which direction. So anyways, these ones don't have set budgets on them, that they change every year, and so that's if anybody has any questions of me, I'm ready to take any.
How often do they meet?
How often does the
Legislatures.
The legislature meets every 2 years. And then they have the interim committee, and that is what I printed this off of. And they meet probably 4 or 5 times during the year, the off year, to discuss, and because they do studies on different things of where the money's needed and how many more people, how many more children are in need of chips that aren't being met at this time. So they do all that kind of study stuff, and they
How
meet
long
about
are they
4.
in session for every 2 years?
You know, it starts January. When I went, it was January 3rd, and we ended on April 30th. I was out of there by May 1st. So they say 3 months because they are 90 days, but we were in there longer than 90 days. There's a 2-week, almost a 2-week break in between, and that's when the House bills move over to the Senate, and the Senate bills move over to the House, and they have to vote on them from there. So anyways, there's a little bit of a break there, but that's it. The rest of the time, it's go-go. It's pretty amazing how fast-paced it is. I mean, you're walking down the hallway, and you've got somebody walk up behind you and passing you saying, okay, how much money do they have in HHS this week? And I'm going, 50 million, and they're off the other direction. I mean, it's, you know, or what is my bill doing here? And it's just, everything is very, very fast-paced. It's a lot of really important stuff, and it's being said very, very quickly.
I have a question. I don't really follow state politics that much. Okay, our present representative is Durham?
Yes, Neil Durham.
Neil. Okay, he's a highway patrolman?
Yes, he is.
How does he get off 4 months when he's working?
I don't know exactly how that works.
Or is he like GN4 to he only comes 7%?
I don't know
Do
for
you know
sure.
his voting record? Do you know how many is he absent for votes? Isn't that kind of information out there?
I
We're
couldn't
looking at you.
hear.
Oh.
We're looking at you. I don't
Are
know.
you aware of what his voting record might be? Is Neil there for most of the sessions?
Oh,
Do you know? Anybody know?
I don't know if he's there for most of the sessions. I know that he doesn't really vote for anything that is helpful to
he
us.
always votes with his party.
Yeah, he always votes with his party. And the bills that he's actually introduced are not real helpful to Lincoln County.
Lori, I have a question.
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know if I can hear myself. I want to know, you said 209, you were the intern.
Yes.
What have you done politically here in Eureka? And then now we're into 2020. Tell us what you've been doing.
Yes. I ran for county commissioner. Hi.
Hi there. There's 3 seats. One, sorry. We'll do intros, which are in a little while.
Yeah.
Sam, hi. Hey, you.
Oh, he knows you.
There's a seat in the
Hello.
shade.
Or you can sit, somebody can sit here.
And you can sit in the shade here. Right here.
Yeah, we can turn. All right.
Yes.
Shade is good. Like that.
Yes.
Hello.
This is Lori, by the way.
Yes.
Hi, Lori. I'm Tom.
Hi, Tom. Oh, Tom.
Tom.
Oh, Tom.
Yeah,
Yes,
from-
there you are.
From Trico.
Yes. Hi.
It's
Nice
great
to meet you.
Yeah.
Yes.
209.
Okay.
And this is okay, Tom and Alice,
Yes.
Elrod, and
Terry.
Terry. Okay, Terry Gill.
Terry Gill. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So, well, let me give you guys this, which is kind of my bio and platform. And so, where were we at? Oh, so yeah, I really don't know. Oh, yes, you. There, yes, ma'am. Okay. We were talking, and now we have a deer that came. All right, will you vote for me?
That's right.
Yes, I'm a
anyways.
smart deer.
Yes. I ran for county commissioner in 2012. That was back when we had 10 candidates running. And I came in third. But Mike Cole and Steve Curtis were the 2 that went on to the primary. And we ended up with Mike Cole, and then from there, we've gone with Mike Cole and Josh Letcher, and we ended up with Josh Letcher this last time. So as far as politics go, that's pretty much all I've done. I've ran twice, and I'm hoping to win this time.
But I was wondering more for Eureka. What kind of things have you been involved in the community for Eureka? You know, from appropriations to things that you were saying.
Oh, I was involved with American Red Cross for 7 years, and so went out to people's places when they burnt down and fires and stuff like that. That was for all of the Northwest, which included Troy and stuff like that. That was my volunteer service. I did that for 7 years. Other than that, I'm really kind of a really low profile person. I don't require a lot of attention, and I don't really like a lot of attention. So this is, you know, what am I doing? I'm just tired of every time I turn around, there's another scandal on, you know, this last thing was a CBD plant. And, you know, how those guys came in there. They're all LLC companies. So there's no money to be had. They're all suing each other now. They worked our guys out there for, you know, a couple of months with no pay. And so that kind of sparked me. That was right at the time where I needed to go and sign up. I went and looked out on the website, and nobody was signing up. And I kept waiting and waiting, and nobody would sign up to run. So finally, on the last day, I said, well, I've got to get in there because we need something to be done. There's a lot of things that can happen in Lincoln County. We have a lot of needs, and they're just not being met.
Yeah, so along those lines, what ideas and plans do you have for helping to create jobs? Like reopening that CBD plant would be a really good idea.
Yes, it would.
Yeah,
Yes, it would. And I would really like to see something like that, or a small little specialty type mill, like they've got RBM Lumber, if you're familiar with that, down in Columbia Falls. Something like that. But I think what we need to do is an employee-owned